Mm-hmm. YouTube gang, what it is. YouTube gang, what it is. What it is, YouTube gang.
What it is.
What's
up? Did you see the DMX and Snoop Dogg is battling?
I did see that.
Next
Did see that.
the 22nd, whatever 22nd.
DMX and Snoop Dogg. Snoop got way too many hits for DMX, but DMX got a lot of dope stuff. It's only a short amount of time before he turns to a crackhead.
But he still got dope stuff. Man.
He did.
You never know a whole lot of underground stuff.
It's gonna be a good one. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be a bar.
Think 50 Cent will accept the challenge from Tia?
Do I think 50 Cent will accept the challenge from Tia? No. 50 Cent too. He don't want to show his vulnerability.
He don't want to get beat.
Yeah, Tupac. I said Tupac. 50 Cent doesn't want to show his vulnerability.
Well, here's my thing. You can't stay talking trash and don't want to step out when somebody call you out.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And then partly what he did, because Vivica Fox and all them was getting on him. Lisa Ray, he said something.
Yes, indeed.
It's the top of the morning.
Time of the midnight.
You want to get this last little bit of time.
Last little bit of time for this show. Great Buzzy Morning Show is brought to you by bangers.com. Make sure you visit bangers.com. Use promo code WRRadio. See 15% off all CBD products, bath bombs, CBD for your pets. Tina needs some CBD, you know.
He said you can give the turtle CBD. What is this?
I don't know. I don't even know.
You just gonna give it to him.
Talk to the people, baby, on the radio and YouTube, baby. Talk to the people. What's going on with this Will and Jada situation? Let's get to it.
That's that was just looking at some stuff.
Ladies first. That's how we're going to do that.
Because you're the one that's sitting there talking about.
I mean, run down the whole scenario for the people that don't know on YouTube, or if they watch this 20 years from now, they'll remember that. So run down the whole scenario for the YouTube game.
For the Will and Jada thing?
Yeah, for the people that don't know, just run the whole scenario.
So basically, it was Jada had an entanglement with August Alsina. And he said that Will gave him permission. However, that's kind of not what it's seeming to play out to be. All in a nutshell, Jada and August had an affair.
But you didn't really run it down. August was on his deathbed. That was her son's friend.
See, that part I didn't know. I didn't know that they were friends. That part I didn't know that. You are? I didn't know that. I just thought that they just was helping him out. Cause from like the interview that I saw, I didn't get all that information. No. So maybe you should give the rundown then.
All right. Well,
Cause I didn't know they were friends, and I didn't know he was on his deathbed. I just thought like
he was sick.
I just thought he was like stressed or something, and they were just helping him out. That's how they made it seem when he was on the
So August is Jaden Smith's age. Will be agree.
Let's see.
So how did they start hanging with her?
Let's see. Jada Smith is 22. And August is 27.
Okay, so he's a little older than Jada. But Jaden was doing music, right?
Yeah.
So, August I was saying that Jada Smith were like close to friends. Let's just safe to say that. Remember they was going live and he was hanging out at the house. Everybody thought he was hanging with Jada. The whole time he was hanging with Jada. I mean, so, is it fair to surmise?
I'm sure that they probably built some type of friendship, around them. I'm sure they probably built some type of friendship
Mm-hmm.
throughout that time. Of course, if he was around, because when they were on the Red Table Talk, he said that he was there a lot. They was taking trips, like he was going with them on trips and stuff. And even Will said in their interview, he was like family. So we need to see exactly how this entanglement actually started. I'm trying to see. So how old is Jada?
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah.
She got to be about at least 51. What you think?
Was he legal? What she think?
It wasn't that long ago, bro.
She
But
said,
he's every bit of 21,
hold up.
22.
Right, because she said it happened about 4 years ago. So 4 years ago would have made him 23. Would be 27. It would have made him about 23. 22, 23. And apparently he had something to say. Did you watch the interview that they did?
That
That
Will did.
Yeah.
I did not.
See, that's where all the real like it was stuff being said with about them, like once August did his interview. But I feel like it became more when Will and Jada did that interview. Because from some people that I saw too, like they were like they think that Will didn't know until it came out. Like some people think like the look on his face kind of felt like he was just trying to go with the flow, but he was really mad and he didn't know.
I think Will knew. I think Will was more embarrassed that it came out in the public. I think Will knew. I think him and Jada have an open relationship. Q100, in my opinion.
Well, August said that. August said they changed from a marriage to a life partnership. Even though they still married, but then even like I said, even on the table talk when they did, Jada was like, she ain't leaving. Like he gonna live on one end of the house, she'll live on the other end of the house, even if they with somebody else.
So,
but Will said they was done though. Will was like when it happened, he was like, oh, I was done. Like they were separate. They weren't together. But like I was like, look at that. Like even with all the stuff they talking about, nobody ever knew they separated.
Okay.
Cause Will was like, I was done, and Jada was saying the same thing. She was like, I didn't think we were going to get back together, and Will was like, oh, that was it. I was done. Like he felt like that was it.
Yeah, I think he said at one time he wasn't going to speak to her no more.
Right.
So he was done because she had the affair with August.
He never said no. They were done. Period. So Jada was saying it happened in between that time. So he, you know what I mean? He was like, he was done period, but it happened in between that time though.
Okay, so the question we pose today is, how is Jada again? Let me fact check that for me, Miss Stewart.
Jada
Pinkett, yeah. How is
she is? So we said August is 27.
How old is Jada? Jada Pinkett, every bit of 51.
Why did they pull in Jada if I said Jada?
Because Jay-Z and Diddy and 50, She already been about 52.
She's 48. You done made her
48.
older than she gonna beat the crap.
She 48.
She's 48.
So that's fair to say that
They've
she
been
was
married
about.
since 97.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So you gotta salute them for that. And she got a little outside peen. You know what I mean?
Will's 51. Will and our birthday is the same day.
Really?
Yes. I love that one. We
That's
share
why.
the same birthday.
That's why you think you G.
You with it.
If you think anyway, don't worry about it.
Will, she only
So-
19?
Stay on target, babe.
I am.
So Jada Pinkett is 48.
Mm-hmm. It was 4 years ago. So she was
So
44.
44. And August was what?
23.
20.
Maybe between 22, 23.
22. And she 44. So let's reverse the roles. Will was 44. One of Willow friends. Let's say it wasn't Jaden Smith friend. Let's say it was one of Willow Smith homegirls.
But we gotta go with the same age because
Same age, yeah, we gotta go with the same age. So Will 44, one of Willow homegirls hanging out at the house, they doing music without. She's 22. She's ill. She's been molested when she was a kid. So you will comforts her under the premise of a compassionate, like another parent, like how you are with your friends, with your kids' friends. You like an extra mouth. So Will like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? So Will comforts her while she's sick and all that. Comforter talks about her past. But then Will has a consensual relationship with that young lady. What would be the perception? What would be how they would be trying to cancel Will right now? They'd be cancel card. Instead of them taking Nick Cannon off, they'd be taking Fresh Prince off. You see that too? They took Wild 'N Out and put Fresh Prince right there. VH1
they
is tricky,
canceled him straight like that though.
I remember
But
VH1 didn't used to play African American music. Y'all remember that?
All shows.
Who should we go with, y'all? Should we go with the cookies or the runts?
The Runts.
Go with the runts. You like the runts better? Or should we mix it?
No.
No? Okay.
First of all, it's a T.
What's a T?
You look like a T. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
this
Nobody
is-
say. Like you look like a T.
I
No.
do.
Trunts. That's what it is.
I do look like.
I think because he would be a man. It was, of course, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a double standard. What they say.
Sharita, look, my little cousin Rita from fatboysfood.com on the Facebook chat. She said, I feel you. My homegirl Duchess, Stack Boy ENT. She said they grown. My man Ty said runts. Oh, I'm sorry, it's two different. My man
I
Ty
want two
said
different
runts. Say go with the
conversations.
runts. My little cousin Rita said go with the runts too.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like it is what I feel like with social media, it would be a double standard. But at the end of the day, I guess it's just, I mean, I don't know. How would I feel if my 22-year-old daughter was saying a 44? I think it would be the mature level.
No, I feel what you're saying, Duchess. My homegirl Duchess on Facebook chat. She said the problem, in all caps, the problem is
That's right.
standard that people set for other people. I respect that, Duchess.
Mm-hmm.
What we simply discussing here, listen, they grown. But if that was Will Smith at 44, sleeping with a 22-year-old girl that was his daughter, homegirl, that was sick on her deathbed and been molested and all that, even if they had a consensual relationship, they would be trying to cancel Will. That's why I say the double standard comes in for us men and women. And that's not fair. And I'm here to represent for all the people with beards and balls. Pause. Represent for the men. Battle of the Sexes Wednesday is not fair.
Why you got
Flat
your hand all over my face though, bro?
You said, man, if you listen, my man Cabo said, man, if you my mans, don't F with my mother. That's a fact. I need to see how Jaden feels about this. Everybody talking about Will. Who made what bet? Duchess. You see what I'm saying?
Jaden may not care.
Hold on. My homegirl Ebony from IamYazori.com.
Ebony.
And make sure y'all use promo code WRF20 on IamYazori.com.
Good morning.
My homegirl Ebony said, hold on. She said, let me see. She said, I'm late coming in, but will probably
did. Hold on. Let me see. I'm late coming in, but Will probably did do it. We just don't know about with who. They got a whole
Well, they
open
did because
relationship.
no, they did because on their table talk, she said something. No, he said I'm gonna get you back, and she was like, "You already did," and he was like, "Oh yeah."
Shout out to the YouTube gang too, yo. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribe, click the bell. Facebook gang, feel free to go over to YouTube. You'll get the whole show for the most part. Sometimes, every once in a while, every now and again. But anyway, so she said, let me finish what Ebony was saying. I'm sure all the participants weren't in the same age range as them. Duchess said, who set the standard? And my man Ty Hill said, they would crucify Will. Thank you, sir. They would crucify Will.
But nobody not
If the
saying
if the red tables were turned, he didn't say that, he said, but if the table was flipped, I'd put the red table part. Don't worry about it. It's a double standard, but people won't admit it because double standard is usually considered men getting over. Thank you, bro. That's all we have in this show.
I think it's not going towards double standard right now because they're running off of. I think they're not because they're running off of Will's facial expression, and they're running off of Jada using, they were in entanglement. Mm-hmm. Like I think they just that has right now oversighted. The double standard part would have came in if there weren't certain things, like I said, like Will's face. Because a lot of some people feel like Will's face was like he didn't know until it came out.
But I mean, that thing wasn't the same at the August went up in there.
Oh no, she could have took a nice old hot bear.
My man Ty Hill said, "Will ain't nurse nobody back to health, and then F them. Come on now, open relationship or not." Thank you, Ty Hill.
Listen, they've been saying that they had an open relationship, but again, like I said, they keep their stuff private. So if all
you mentioned what my man Ty said though. He said, but Will didn't nurse someone back to health and then F them.
Yeah, no.
That is predatory behavior. If that was a man, if that was Will doing it to a woman, it'd have been CNN, Gloria already when it came out.
Right. That may be true, but we don't know who Will have done it. They just didn't come out. They know keep their mouth shut.
Will's side piece is not as messy as Jada's side piece. First of all, you took advantage of that man. He's emotional. He's been molested. There's rumors that he was a male prostitute in New Orleans. This ain't TMZ, but I'm just painting the narrative for you of the person that she targeted. Someone that's a male prostitute, possibly bisexual, been molested as a kid, physical ailments in the music industry. Your husband is Will Smith. Your son is Jaden Smith. Your daughter is Willow Smith. 3 music stars. He could be, hey, this guy, that's a Michael Jackson situation. He hanging around thinking, hey, I might get a feature with Jada. Hey, Will Smith might get me in a movie or something. Meanwhile, you slay that man when he's in a vulnerable state. Jada, just like a Baltimore chick, take advantage of a brother.
What Baltimore got to do with
Hold on. What'd you say, love? What'd you say? Hold on.
Why you had those Baltimore chicks on there, though?
Because, man, you can tell a Baltimore chick. All right. Ebony said, Jada was wrong for her approach. Absolutely. Thank you, sis, for keeping it 100. And for that, all caps, she needs to be checked. But people getting mad over her age alone, yes, that's hypocritical. The age ain't the thing. Duchess said at the end of the red table, Will and Jada high-fived. That's all that matters. We are more affected than we were. That's a fact. It's just a discussion about the situation. You know what I'm saying? How do we know that she didn't nurse him back to health and he swung his penis around? Okay. Who's to say it wasn't August who fell in love with the young? No, y'all better chill with all that Baltimore chick stuff.
You want to start it? That's what we got to say.
Shout out to the Facebook gang, YouTube gang. Y'all need to chime in with us, man. Chime in. Or y'all feel free to call in, you know what I'm saying? 717.
How do you know when somebody watching?
308. Right there. That's the people that's watching on YouTube. 308-816. My man Ty Hill said, and this is Battle of the Sexes today, so I'm glad we got some feedback. My man Ty Hill said they carried it as a couple who the open relationship stuck. and they did damage control. Jada's predatory behavior aside, the most wrong in this situation, if you ask me, is August.
Because he should have kept it private.
Like Tekashi 6ix9ine lately. He even went at Kyla Pratt. Yeah, I knew August was on
No,
stage
he
from
went
the jump.
Kiki. He went at Kiki Palmer. No, he went at Kiki Palmer talking about
predatory. Yes, I ain't starting nothing. Read it. Don't say I started. I ain't starting nothing.
Yes, he did.
Y'all Baltimore chick started. Will been holding it down since '97, and you got him out here looking crazy. Females are don't have me out here looking crazy. Don't have me looking. You got that man Will, Mr. $30 million a movie, Mr. Summertime. We just did a show about you a couple weeks ago. He got one of the biggest hits of all time. Summertime. And you do that man like that? You want to do Pop like that?
How you know?
That's why Pac ain't never wifed Jada up. Did you ever think about that? Dang, he was in love with her since what's her name? Why he ain't never wife her up? He knew she was messy.
No, it could be he knew that she would have told him up if he didn't want to be faithful.
Yes. Ebony said Ty Hill is right. You're right about that. August definitely did.
He should have left it.
He should have got Gloria already.
But the thing is, what was the point? It was like, what was the point of him coming out and having this whole Kim Creed was coming out and saying something? So I guess he was trying to. I guess he was trying to gaslighting. I guess he was trying to say like they were, not trying to keep his mouth closed, but it was like they were kind of trying to shut him down, like as if it wasn't, nothing. And he really fell in love with her.
So Kiki Wyatt, not Kyla.
No, not Kiki Wyatt, Kiki Palmer.
Hey, yo, Duchess is tripping. Yo. She said Will Smith is bisexual and Jada ain't white Tupac.
That's a fact.
It's Tupac get around.
That's what I said.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying.
But
all his hands been given out to Tekashi.
He went at Kiki Palmer.
But see, Ty, that's another double standard though. Because if that was a female, let's switch the roles again. Pause. If that was a female coming out and saying, "Hey, Will took it back," when I was 22, bye. You see what I'm saying? People wouldn't be saying, "Oh, shorty giving out to Tekashi vibes." They were saying, "Oh, why did Will do that?" But now, since August crying out for help, now they're calm.
Is he crying? That's not kind of what I got from the interview. He was crying out for help. I feel like he made a statement and came out and said it because I feel like something must have happened or intertwined with them to where it was kind of like they were kind of trying to negate it, like just like he didn't exist within that part of whatever was going on. And he just wanted to speak like, no, you ain't make it like I fell in love with her. Like, you ain't gonna make it like I wasn't nothing or I never, really existed. Something had to transpire. Because from the time, like you had to think about he was on Red Table Talk and they seemed all cool. So and they talked about, how she helped him to get back on track and all that. They talked about it. So from that time to now, something had to transpire where he decided I'm gonna have this whole conversation and this is what we want to do. But he did go at Kiki Palmer and say like he said something like she mad because he didn't give her a chance or something like that, like, but he gave a chance to it was something because she went in on him. Like,
what is name 3 August I'll sing the songs from Miss Story. I know I love this. Ain't that him? Man, I love this.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep on drinking because I don't feel like that shit.
I only know
August I'll sing this.
I only know a song if I hear it. And half of the time I don't even know.
My man Ty said that's slander, Duchess. No one has confirmed what Will likes, and it's all assumption. But listen, if he is, August was the one acting soft.
I'm still suspect on 6 Degrees of Separation. Did y'all figure out the movie he slept with that guy?
Who?
Will.
On that first movie he had to play gay?
6 Degrees of Separation. They was in the bed together. And he got caught. In the beat.
There was rumors. I don't know.
I mean, look at how it was. Look at how it was rumors about Queen Latifah when she played and set it off.
UNITY.
When she played and set it off, and she kissed the girl, and it's all like she you know what I mean?
Really
she gave, and she really was. You know what I'm saying? So.
What about MC Light though? MC Light was she?
MC Light is married to a man. No.
I feel like this is what I think.
I don't
from
know. I
watching
think
about-
MC Light is just-
I think MC Light and Jada Pinkett had a lesbian
No.
situation.
I don't
Number
think
one.
so.
Number two, I always thought the August situation was weird. Just from the vibe. I'm thinking, yo, August is hitting both of them. He hitting Will and Jada. Now, was that slander? I
This
don't
boy
know.
is 2 years older than my daughter. It was crazy.
Who? August?
Yeah.
And she older than you. See?
Who?
Jada Pinkett is older than you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you see yourself sleeping with a 22-year-old boy? Your son, Tone, that's your son's best friend. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So Tone get to be 22. You'll be about 44, actually.
Oh,
Same difference. Same
Yes.
age difference, right? When you be about 44, Tone be about 22. I didn't even put your age down. But we just get the circumstances. So now Tone falls ill. Now you help Tone get back. When Tone ran away or Tone got put out of his house, what you do? You let Tone come stay at the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you was there for him. Now 22, he older now. You helping him back to health. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever happened, he's a consenting adult, you're a consenting adult. Y'all sleep together. I wouldn't say that's predatory behavior, but if the roles were reversed, I'm 44 and I sleep with one of my daughter friends that's 22, and I done took her in, she got put out, I done nursed her back to help her, and it talked about her troubled childhood. They would look at me like a creep. So why is it a double standard for the females? And why is August Alsina being called a Tekashi for coming out? Which he is, because men ain't supposed to do that. But that's the standard that we talking about today. If that was a woman, it'd be like, oh, Will did this and that. It should be on CNN, lawsuit, Gloria Allred. Why is that? That's the question I posed to you. You feel? Look, that's what I said, Justice. I feel like they both slept with August. You feel me? That's what I said, yo. You feel me? Like, let's keep it 100. But see, August need to be on watch, because what August won't end up. Yeah, because he knows.
Well, he going out because apparently he responded to their red table talk.
August need to be on Jeffrey Epstein watch, y'all. Because if August end up dead, don't say I ain't saying nothing.
Don't do that.
Seriously.
Don't say that.
Because he wanted, like, what you think gonna be next? Oh yeah, Will was in there. Will was right there.
I mean, he said he gave him. He already said he gave him permission, even though Will's saying that's not true. So I tried to hold.
My man Ty says, what does Will Smith's sexual preference have to do with his wife not controlling her bitches? So why you not controlling your side dudes? We've been together since 97. We life partners. All right, you can get a little outside pain, a little outside stick, but why you gonna pick August Alsina soft? You should have synced it in him that he ain't had that solidness in him.
Well, she was saying at the time.
She should have picked somebody
she was saying
black youngster. Come here, little bitty.
She was saying at the time she was going through a little something, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of all went off of a, like, emotional thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, her being, I don't know. At the end of the day, I feel like it was their business. He should have just left. I feel like it's an agenda for him to just come out now and say something like.
So out of everybody on the Fresh Prince show, who do you think Will hit Hillary? Do you think Will smashed Hillary back in the day?
No.
Do you think he smashed Tyra when Tyra was playing his girlfriend, Tyra Banks? No, Tyra Banks worked at the bookstore.
But they was good. Yeah.
You think he smashed
They was
Tyra?
together on there.
You think he smashed Tyra? You think he smashed Neil Long when Neil Long was on him? Possibility. What about Colin? You think Colin smashed anything?
No.
Colin is that guy, man. Oh, yeah.
But I think
Cousin
is like, I like Cousin, but I don't think that.
What about Jeeves? You think Jeeves smashed anybody?
Who?
Jeeves. The butler. What's his name? What's his name? Jeeves? What's the butler name?
No.
Who you like better? Light skin, what's her name? Viv, yeah, you like light skin?
Jeffrey, his name was Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, Jeez, that's what they call him, G.
No, they did not.
All right, my fault. Jeffrey. Think Jeffrey smashed anybody on set? No.
You know, Jeffrey, what's the name was on there? The tall model?
You remember Mr. Belvedere? You ever used to watch Mr. Belvedere? They need to bring that back. Mr. Belvedere was one joint back.
No, not Mr. Belvedere, the other one. With the
Mr.
black
Benson?
Benson.
Yeah, on the Benson tip. You know what I'm
That
saying?
really show your age.
Benson looked toxic though. I don't know, something about Benson scared me as a kid. He was a dominant black man or something. James, I used to be scared of James. Have you ever watched Good Times and get scared?
No.
Who else was scared of James off Good Times? Me? Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So that just say that it's a promotional tool for August Alsina.
That's what I was getting ready. That's what I was getting to. Like, it's a reason he came out, and then he got a song. Like, it's like because I think it's like I haven't listened to the song, but I know it's supposed to be that he put certain stuff in there. So it's like, did he do the interview based off of that, and then you coming off trying to promote?
We're in a little overtime right now. You're now tuned in, if you want to app game, tune into the top 10 at 10, brought to you by 10 Wing Commandments, the new book by Derek Gray, available now on Amazon. We're going into a little overtime because this is a good discussion. I feel like. So I feel
like it goes. It's a two-way street with everything women. It should be the same no matter what. And I think certain things is like.
So if it should be the same, why you don't take out trash then? Why do you refuse? You as a female, why do you? Let's talk about it. Why do you refuse to take out trash?
Because I'm not taking it out.
So, but it's supposed to be fair and equal though. I'm confused.
Because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not taking out trash.
So
I'm not carrying no bags.
So what can men say? I'm not doing that. Can men say I'm not cooking? Can men say I'm not washing clothes? What can men say? Since women can say I'm not taking out trash, where is the?
Well, some men don't wash clothes.
Some men don't wash clothes. That's a fact because they have a woman that may do that for them.
Correct.
Some men will not allow their women to take out, but you flat out saying I'm not taking out trash.
I mean, if my boys wasn't there, I would have no choice but to take it out. But I have 2 boys, so take the trash out. Just like that.
Let me see, my man Ty Hill pushing the conversation along. Hold on, I missed a few things. Let me go back. All right, hold on. All this for publicity, keep out the driver album. How Jada supposed to keep a grown man quiet? You gotta choose better. You gotta choose your side dudes better. Jada Pinkett. You should have known yo was gonna fold. See, y'all just be
But at the end of the day, all he did was what a bunch of chicks out here do all the time when they messing with somebody else, man. Then they want to call, I'm da. Oh,
so he came to Will as a man.
Listen. I'm sleeping with him. I'm doing okay. I mean, like, I just don't never understand why a woman get mad at the other woman. I feel like you never know what they tell.
So everybody out there in the chat, they say they picked the runts. So we're gonna go with the runts in our name for the morning tip. You know what I'm saying? What else they say?
I don't know what the last
a dude who value that P word ain't gonna talk and mess up their chances to keep it. If she was putting it down right, he wouldn't have risked it.
But they were separated.
Erykah Badu dudes never talk. She just popped up pregnant, and we guess who the father. And she got some legendary baby.
And all her baby fathers is legendary.
Yo, DOC from NWA fame, Andre 3000 from Outkast, Jay Electronic. Somebody called. We'll get back to you in a second. Leave a message.
Even
no man ever has to wash a dish in my house. There you go, Duchess. Thank you, sis. Old-fashioned women, bring them back. Duchess said no man has to ever wash a dish in her.
Like her sons too, because I make my sons wash the shit.
You know what I mean? So
it's just certain things, but like, okay, with my boy, it's certain things I want them to do as chores in the house because you ain't gonna live with them when you move out. You ain't gonna necessarily just jump out and move.
I'm not saying don't know how to wash your own clothes, don't know how to wash your own house, but
if you don't ever do it, then you ain't gonna know how to
go out here and slay the line, pay all the bills.
No,
it's hard out here for us.
It's hard out here for us too.
So all right, let's not do that. Let's not do that wedge. Let's stick back to the double standard. What's some other double standards?
That's a good question.
Look at this Jeffrey Epstein thing. His homegirl just got booked. She ain't getting the same type. They ain't combing all through her whole life. She played a part in Jeffrey Epstein.
And they feel like did she snitch yet? Because that's messed up when your friends say she gonna snitch. Because they literally like all her friends say she gonna start to run her mouth.
They said Jeffrey Epstein and her was foreign operatives for the Mossad, the Israeli spy service. Her father was somebody. It's about to hit the fan, yo.
It's about to get real.
They got Prince. What's her name wrapped up in that? Prince Charles' little brother.
That's what I'm about to say. Miss Chalet baby.
Will and her and them.
Miss Chalet got Dr. Dre and Suge Knight is her baby.
Miss Chalet got Dr. Dre and Suge Knight as her baby father. That's crazy.
She got a boy and a girl.
You got a baby by Suge Knight and Dr. Dre. That's crazy. Her voice irritates the hell out of me. I love Miss Chalet.
That's my favorite, one of my favorite singers.
Is that what she sang?
Mm-hmm.
I love Miss Chalet. Her voice irritates the crap out of me. What's that show you watch that she be on?
She not on it. It was Mary's Bouquet.
I'm glad she ain't on it no more. Her voice is trash. Yes. Take the trash out, cut the grass, paint the house. I respect that.
For the man?
Duchess said that. Yeah, that's what mentioned. I mean, I'm not opposed to carving out the roads, because that's what got us this far.
Now, sometimes I do like if there's a cookout and all that stuff, I do yes. Because for the most time when I have cookouts, I don't have my kids don't do. I clean because I need everything back. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they wouldn't do it, but I just feel like it's so much that I do it myself. But I like for my partner to help defend
I'm
that
all for
kitchen.
kids cleaning too, yo. I'm all.
Kids they can clean because I feel like they need to. Listen.
My man Ty said, I don't want my lady taking trash out. Everything else is open. I cook, clean, wash, and around my house just as much as her, if not more. We both working and raising our kids. This ain't the 40s. We both tired, so it takes partnership to do this right, in my opinion.
Come on, you better talk.
Everybody can't be Ty Hill and Miss Keisha.
You better talk it.
That's like Pat Poose and Remy, you feel me? Everybody can't be like Mr. Ty Hill.
But I'm saying at the same time, I mean, if he could be saying more so, because you never know, they may do it equally, but you know, she might come in before him, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe if he come in before her, you know, suggest, I'm gonna go ahead and cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it may not necessarily be the fact of saying this is what you do, or maybe they got set days. On Monday and Wednesday you cook. The rest of the time, you know what I'm saying? I cook Saturdays, day off. Kids can eat, you know what I'm saying? It's a free day. You know, like free food Friday in my house. You know, Friday is free food. Eat what you want.
You know, after slavery, it was hard for African American men to get jobs. That's why a lot of the African American women, you know, they was allowed to come in the house, be nanny, be maids, be cooks or whatever. And I think that right there played a big part in why now, like, you know, I saw a meme the other day where Black women are taught how to survive without a man, as opposed to how to keep a man. What you think about that?
I mean, I feel like I don't know, because I wasn't taught how to
keep a man.
I wasn't taught how to be without a man. I was just kind of taught, you know, depend on yourself. But I feel like at the same time, like
at the detriment of alienating your husband or your man or your baby.
I mean, it was just kind of just drilled in my head. Like, by having my daughter young, you know what I'm saying? It was drilled in my head, like, don't always think that the father gonna be around. That was drilled in my head. You know what I'm saying? It was always like, no matter what, you're gonna have to take care of this baby. She's gonna be your responsibility. You gotta do this. He might be around, he might not be around. That was drilled in my head. Then it was drilled in my head, you be dependent. You don't depend on nobody. You do the stuff yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or you have a backup plan. Even if somebody said they're gonna do XYZ, you have a backup plan. Now I feel like as growing up and growing into my adult years, I think it may have hindered me a little bit, because that's the way I think men come to the point of, oh, she's too dependent. Oh, she's this, that. You know what I mean? I think it falls into that category. I fall into that category a little bit, because people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it became the point where it was like, I didn't depend on nobody. Even when I'm in a relationship, it was kind of always like, you know what I mean? Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. And then it became to a point in some way, it's like, I don't even give time. Like, if I say I want something, we're going to do something, I don't give the time. I just go do it myself.
Okay. And see, that's part right there of of submitting to your man. It's like not nagging. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you want the garage, what's the name? It's like, not what you say is how you say it. Damn, why you got a goddamn garage with it? Dear, show the benefits of him doing what you're asking instead of like you trying to intimidate. Men can't be poking, prodded, especially tours. You know what I'm saying? Like, finesse. For women to be so smart and so sexy and beautiful creatures, sometimes y'all lose your finesse. And I think that's when the men start to check out, in my opinion, like, oh, she's so aggressive, the way she talking to me is not appealing no more. Like, you can still say the same thing. Dear, you're messing up in this way. Bitch, you fucking up, yo. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, damn, cussing. But you know what I'm saying? It's, the females lose the
But
finesse.
it's a two-way street too, because when you asking a man to do something, you asking several times, they don't get done, that gets frustrating too.
My man Ty again, yo. We gotta get you to check in. You and your wigs, yo. So your next battle of the sex next Wednesday.
They need to call in.
We should have Ty and Keisha, yeah, power couple. They like Remy and Pat Poosa one of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
She got books and stuff too out too.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta have y'all on the show. Salute to y'all.
You definitely showing love to the authors.
What'd he say?
He said, I think that's a true statement. I don't think it's right, but if I had a daughter, I definitely tell her to never depend on a man. Same as I tell my boys, never depend on a chick. Get your own, and whatever they bring to the table is just plus.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing I tell them, and I tell them when they're in the process of moving out. I also tell them.
Remember that lemonade right there, love?
Yes, I can. I also tell them. You know, my arms ain't that long. I also tell them to when they get ready to move out, that you even if you want to move in with somebody, like if y'all gonna share, you get what you can afford. If something should happen, then you get, you know what I'm saying, you do your income based, you get it based on, okay, something should happen, they move, I can still handle all this on my own. That's how I look. And I tell them, like, even if you're moving in with my son, if you move with a girl, with my daughter, she moving with somebody, it's, you know what I mean, it's the same way. Like, if something should, because something, you never know what's going to happen. Something can always happen. So I'm like, all right, I'm gone. But you still want to be on one side and be evicted. Or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, you still want to be able to hold it. And that's exactly how, that's something I'm teaching them. But you got to be dependent on yourself, because you can't. I think it probably should have been a better way to have been taught to me, because I ran with it. So then I think it hindered a lot of my relationships, because it was like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I say I want something and then 2 days later I ain't got it, then I'm going to get it myself. Like,
so you're a spoiled brat a little bit? Is that fair to say? Is that fair assessment? No, don't worry about it.
No,
don't worry about it.
I don't know.
So if you don't,
it may not necessarily be 2 days later, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, as an example. But
so you'll say something. You'll say something in a nice manner. Mm-hmm. Hey, dear, can you clean the garage? So then 2 days later, you'll have the work truck guy pulling up to clean our garage. Right. So then when I come outside, hey, what is going on? What is this guy doing here in my damn garage? Oh, well, you didn't clean the garage, so I got it. Okay. And see, that's the discussion that we need to have.
But you have to stand, because what happens if you said it and then it's 3 months later? And then you revisit the conversation, and it's like.
So when you revisit, how do you revisit though? That is if you revisit. Well, God, I told you. Right. It's the same. Dear, you don't remember.
I told you. Yeah, but it doesn't. It may not go that way. So now I'll just get it.
So how will it go?
It's gonna go. We just had this conversation. It may not always go the right way.
Oh, excuse me. My homegirl Regina Poole said he would be called a predator. Thank you. She just chimed in. Let's get back to the discussion.
Oh, Will would be called a predator?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you. That's all, and that's from a female perspective.
It's gonna run just like the Bill Cosby stuff. It's gonna run.
Now, Bill's a different story.
That stuff was old with Bill. They should have left Bill alone. Let that man.
Bill had a problem, man. I'm keeping 100. Bill had a problem.
But some of them people came back and said it wasn't true. Some of them females came back and said they lied. So
true.
how do you know how many people actually?
I think they added, it was a snowball effect. Like, okay, out of those 33, I think maybe 6.7 Bill actually crossed the line. But then they just was piling it on. Glory all red, CNN, headline every day. You know,
I don't know. I guess it's just to me it's your life. Do what you want to do. I mean,
Regina Poole says she was wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, August was an adult, but it was predatory in my opinion, my humble opinion.
so if he was 32 instead of 22,
He wouldn't have been hanging out with Jaden Smith because he would have been more middle-aged adult as opposed to a.
But who's the next to say
the male mind isn't even mature until 25.
But who said he was hanging with
the
Jaden?
male human brain isn't fully mature until 25.
So was he really like? Were they really hanging out?
They were in a tangle.
No, I'm talking about Jaden. Was Jaden and August really hanging out?
Why else was he over the house all the time?
Because they were helping. He was living with them for a moment. She was when they were at the red table talk with him.
Mm-hmm.
It was he was going through issues, whatever. Like he was staying, he was going family vacation. It was never said like he was hanging out with Jaden. It was them, like and when she talked, she was saying her and
so
Will
took them in. So they took August in, but the premise is, wow, you're the same age as my son. You can come through and we'll try to give you the same love and nurturing environment that we've given for Jaden. So either way, Jaden.
Because if he's 22, then Jaden was how old? What?
So if Jaden was 14, and Willow was 12, you think they would have had grown ass August walking around in sweatpants around their young, or is it because Willow
I think they would have been more
young adults now around the same age as August? Oh yeah, you can come through.
I think it would have been. I mean, from the way she talked, like she didn't let them stay over people's houses.
Regina Poole said Bill forgot he was living in America and couldn't get away with what his white colleagues did. I gotta respect that. I gotta respect that, Slime. You know what I'm saying? She also went on to say, age is not why I say predator. His mental state, he was broken. It's a fact. And that's what I was saying from the beginning of the show. That man was on his deathbed. He's been molested.
Was he really on his deathbed?
Allegedly a male prostitute.
But was he really on his deathbed?
They got pictures of him. I'm like, yeah, something kidney. Pull it up. You missed story with the stories we missed. You supposed to be our fact check person.
I mean, I'm just
my phone right there online. Facebook. That's my phone over there.
So he do. Oh, it's but on the songs. So I don't never know that's him, but I love it. Like "Kissing on My Tattoos" is one of my favorite songs.
Okay. That's fine.
So he got some songs.
He got some bodies too. He hit Jada Pinkett apparently. That's
right. That's what I'm saying.
From a fella point of view, listen, hold on.
I mean, listen.
I didn't think nobody else was gonna get to smash Jada because she's been off the market since '97. So can we give him some credit for that, fellas? No, don't worry about it. My man.
My thing is, with him coming out saying that, it brought them out to say that they were separated. Hey, he never said you'd have never known that they were separated. Right, you don't need to know anything. What I'm saying, that just shows how private. That's just saying how private that they are. Whether people were speculated that they were swinging. You know what I'm saying? But it was never really nothing to be said. Hey, he came back out. He came back out when all that speculation was going on, saying that then maybe we'll be a little bit big. And not to say it's not big right now, but at the end of the day, they private.
My man Born Da Vinci said he beat me to it. My man Born Da Vinci would have got her back in the day. Listen, Born Divine, Wu-Tang family, that's my OG. That's my old hit. Born Divine would have got her back in the day. Will Wayne probably back in the day, like running around Baltimore. My man Born Da Vinci would have got her, yo. Rafe Bay, Be More to Vegas, Queensbridge, Oakland, worldwide player right there, man. That's one of my role models right there. And I believe him when he said August beat him to it. Jada would have went for it too, down the hill, east side. You know what I mean? That's my guy. Facts, you already know. Wu-Tang family.
See, now I see, because now they're saying
make sure y'all, whatever y'all do, support Born Divine. Get in tune with everything. The radio, the merch, the music, the power moves. Shout out to Indie Boom. Indie Boom was one of the platforms that motivated me. You can go in and set your own profile. It was just like a little Spotify for man, was ahead of his time, man. Tap in. You know what I'm saying?
So he has liver disease.
Liver disease. See? Regina, that was from him being a male prostitute. Pause.
What do that have to do?
You figured out. I'm not going on. We on radio. This is a family.
I'm just trying to figure.
We represent family radio. WR.
So you don't think that the family would need to know?
So I can just say that, and then fill in the blanks. It's like, don't worry about it. At the end of the day, Jada broke a code. Don't mess with anyone who doesn't have as much to lose to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be a lesson to you, ladies. So let that be another, and that's what I want to talk. I'm glad you said it.
So I'm assuming that he had just found it out. He had just found out about the liver disease, and that he also suffers from an autoimmune disorder that runs in his family.
Hold on, pause. Autoimmune disorder.
Autoimmune disorder. So it's like
that
it's like
AID.
It's like
auto. You said autoimmune deficiency.
That's what it says. It says autoimmune disorder.
So I'm just don't worry about it.
That runs in his family. Dang, on both sides. Oh no, it says his father and grandfather died from the illness.
August is not the enemy. He's a little weird. I knew something was up with him. Now I believe the male prostitute room is more than ever. That's alleged. That's neither here nor there, right? He was an adult. Jada was an adult. But how about this? See what happens when men come to men as a man, but women do that every day. I was just coming to you as a female to let you know. Females taking screenshots, laying up with a dude. If you know you're a side situation, why is it, you know what I'm saying? Females.
But again, like I said,
females should get the Takashi label too.
They should.
People call it August, say August.
I've been in a relationship where I've had a chick call me about a guy, and I literally been like, yo, if you keep calling me, he not gonna mess with you. Like, it's stupid what you keep calling me for. It's dumb. I mean, at the end of the day, don't call me. Like, for what? Because it's not for me to be, y'all both gonna get beat up. Maybe. I hit, but if you don't know about me, it's not my problem with you. It's my problem with the man that I'm with. Now, I don't. You kind of me as you want to send me something or whatever. But it's not just like I'm not gonna get mad. Like chicks do it to make the next woman mad. This one I want to let you know, and it's to see a goal of leaving.
But if a homeboy do it, he's a weirdo for real. Like, yo, I was just coming in to listen to our Smash Street girl. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I just want to come to you as a man.
August, apparently.
August, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I seen it in the tea leaves. I'm telling you, I'm a good judge of character, yo. I'm ready to start putting people out there. When I see something they care, I say, yo, I think you're going to do some duck shit 7 years from now. So then when that happens, y'all can go back and say, yo, GD, he discerned that, yo. I got discernment, yo. No? Shout out some of the clients. Shout out to dripanddip.z.com. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, hold on. So they say
gourmet fruits and vegetables. She better than edible, right?
So so I think so. His what possibly could have started it. So they said on her birthday, he wrote this like heartfelt message on her page where people felt like it was a bit too much for him to send to a married woman. Mm-hmm. But again, he was in love with her.
So he was trying to be a home wrecker.
Like he
said, shit up. What if Jada Smith catch her with his open hand, yo? Like I'm an icon living, boom, slap yo.
I love that song. That song be rocking. That song do be rocking.
They got some hits. Willow with the wave my head back and forth. It's a hit making family. People think about that, or they just do movies. It's a hit making Rock Nation family. Mm-hmm. Jaden Smith signed to Rock Nation. Willow Smith signed to Rock Nation. Gangster. You feel me?
You know, my girl.
I wonder how Jada feels.
My best friend and I was talking. So she feels like from what she watched, she feels as though Will didn't know. Like she feels like
Will didn't care.
She feels. There's
a difference. Will didn't care.
It might be but it's not to say that because people are going off of his facial expression. So that's what
Will was she's going actor.
But she's going off of his facial, so she's looking like it may not necessarily been the fact that he didn't know. He might not have known the extent because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at
So he might have
somebody
known
else.
August was in love with his wife. He might have thought,
he
all
might
right,
not know.
you know, it happened. Hey, it is what it is. They was already separated allegedly anyway.
And I mean, he done done something apparently because, like I said, when they talked, he said, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He said, I'm gonna get you back or something like that. And she was like, you already did. And then he was like, oh yeah.
Man, Will, here's the thing.
But I don't know. Like I said, is
Do you think Beyonce ever cheated on Jay-Z? No.
Because I feel like some women value their JJs. Like everybody just can't be all up. And
they don't share their soul. Whatever. So you think Beyonce never? I'm not saying shit. I'm just asking you a question. General question.
No, I don't think so. I don't even
it's
see.
Really none of our business.
I don't even right. I don't even see who she.
You know?
I can't even see who she.
Right. Yes. So you saying, but that's a different ballgame.
But I'm just saying, like with them, like people like, oh, how they together? But it's like, because they trying to say Jada wouldn't leave Will because Will got more money. Like she ain't gonna leave Will for August. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like what they saying, like money wise, because
I don't even think it was the money wise, because
I don't think it was
Jada,
either. But that's just some things that people.
I think it was the age gap. I think people would have looked at her crazy if she would have popped. Let's rewind and say it played a difference, and then pop out, oh, Jada leaves Will for August. You know what I'm saying? It would be one of them things. Oh, that little ass boy broke. It would have been that after the fact type of thing. But I don't think that played a part in Jada's decision.
You know, so Nick Cannon is 39.
So when he hooked up with Mariah,
and Mariah is 50.
Damn. So he was probably like 29 and she was 40. That's not as bad, but it's still around the same. Age bracket. Okay. Yeah. But the difference is Nick was rich back then.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what people are like, oh, why is she with that young? Look at him. He got Nick.
You know what people don't realize about Nick Cannon father, yo? Everybody's on Nick Cannon corny, easy clown. Nick Cannon father is certified real gangster, blood. So he moved his family out of Compton, out of the hood. That's how Nick Cannon was able to grow up and, you know, be regular, suburban. And you know who bought Nick Cannon his first drum machine? Will Smith. You see how that comes together? I'm full of asshole facts. If you let my baby mother tell, she'll tell you I'm full of asshole facts. But
that may be true.
That's fine though. I feel like I serve a purpose in the universe, being full of asshole facts.
You get some facts. I mean, it's. You know what I'm saying? It's but I just listen.
So it was a good discussion.
Stuff does become a double standard. But at the end of the day, I mean,
it is what it is. We different.
You do what makes you happy. Now, I guess he feeling like he helped her. I guess he feel like they more so. I think he feels like he was dismissed, and it was kind of like, yo, y'all ain't gonna dismiss me. Like this happened.
That's messy.
This is what it is.
That's messy right there.
But I mean,
August. You giving
so
he feel
like a
me
woman.
and Ty Hill feel like you giving us Tekashi.
He feel like a woman feel, because some women gonna feel like that.
We different. I mean, it's a standard. We having a secret discussion battle with sex. Men and women are different. This is my personal opinion. I hope I don't get canceled.
You don't get canceled.
But men and women are different. In conclusion,
yeah.
August, you should have kept it gangster. You should have talked to Jada about that. Hey, let's have another red table.
I think people take stuff.
See how she felt.
I think people take it to social media and all that stuff too much. Like I seen this meme and I felt it. Like it was like, you think people would, as much as they say on social media, would they say that they wouldn't? You know what I'm saying?
No.
To get punched in their face, because it's like certain stuff. Yesterday they say it on social media, but would you really say that to somebody?
Yeah, somebody said, don't forget that mask don't protect your jaw. Don't forget that corona mask don't protect your jaw. You know?
It's a whole, and it becomes a double thing. Like men become like men cheat. You cheat on your woman, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes women leave, but sometimes they stay. But if a woman cheat on a man,
because that's
he
disgusting.
Couldn't leave. Like that's the whole thing.
That's disgusting. Let's talk about that.
What's the difference?
No, that's disgusting. What you mean?
What you mean?
Because the frame, first of all, is two different. Let's go into anatomy right here, and I'm gonna keep it as PG because we represent family radio.
Well, kids gotta learn about their stuff too, because I ain't keep it peaceful.
So you have a whole nother human being going up inside.
And you going up all up inside a whole
That's
other
nothing.
human
That's
being. How's that nothing?
I mean, not nothing. Not to trivialize it. It's different. That's different. Because first of all,
Is it
we
different,
talked about
y'all?
this earlier. Females is more emotional. So if you was to actually do that, God forbid if you gave that man some top, that right there is devastating. That's the defibrillating right there. You feel? But then y'all gonna lie, no, I ain't giving no top.
I don't lie.
But you lying. I'm not believing it. So you mean to tell me you had a little sneaky link, but you ain't getting man no top. I ain't going for it. So anyway, my fault. I'm personalizing this. So if y'all was to have a affair or an outside stick, that means you was emotionally attached to that man. Well, you thought, okay, this could be my side dude for a long time. Or it might have, women these days is different, so maybe not. Women, they hook up, hey, I'm in Vegas, hey, I'm in what's the name? Let me get some pain. But how we look at it is you let another man enter inside your vessel and your soul. Whereas though these hoes for everybody, they're just, you know what I'm saying?
So you can enter your vessel. You can go stick your vessel into a soul.
All right, shit, I think we get into
All right, well, you
Bold.
can stick your vessel into a
maybe
soul.
get a little boggy.
But the vessel can't allow somebody to stick it in. Then this is what I'm saying. This is where the double standard comes in, because men look at it like, oh, well, she slept with him. It's on the emotional side. Oh, she really like. Now you might feel like
You might have feelings.
now you feel like now you about to lose your woman.
Right.
Whereas though women, we feel the same way, but it could be the conversations that flow with your man to another woman. Because
so what you mean, the stuff that he's telling her?
Yeah, like stuff that they say.
Intimate stuff about your relationship, or y'all, they could be laughing at you about it. Oh, this, my dumb ass old lady.
Yeah, like certain stuff like that, or certain things that may be said. Now we sitting there feel like, okay, well now these, you know what I'm saying, these are the certain things. But again, like I said, your men ain't gonna stay. Your woman cheating, your men don't choose necessarily to stay.
That's not always true all the time.
Well,
we don't know what's going on with that. Like, Will and Jada, they're example. Let that be a lesson. You can get past certain stuff. If that was other people, what if Will went over there and beat Jada? Now, that was on CNN.
Like think about look at Kevin Hart when he cheated on his wife.
Right.
And how they, you know what I'm saying, like they was all with men. Men are different from women.
So I got a question to wrap this up. So let's go for the conspiracy theorists out there. Everybody talking about, you know what I'm saying, this was a distraction. You know what I'm saying?
How do you make it up?
So listen, but I got this distracting us from what? Is it distracting us from the movement of where everybody was on a couple weeks ago?
No, because if you look at it, even half of the memes say this, you know, entanglement, whatever, but back to Breonna Taylor. Like a lot of memes, it's a meme about them, but then it still brings you right back to, okay, well, now I'm back to this. You know what I mean?
Like, I like to hear from Jada and Willow. That'd be the dope. They ain't gonna talk. They don't. They
not gonna talk about it. Willow I feel like she's so mature.
Willow's so quiet, yo.
She's laid back.
I rock with Jada and Willow, yo.
Jada went in on that guy that was like making them little sexual gestures at Willow's picture when she was like younger, like 7. He made a gesture about a little girl or something like that. I can't remember what show he was on, but he made a gesture about a little girl. And the co-host was like, okay, now you're going too far. You're taking it too far.
Great Buzzy Morning Show. This was the extended episode that needed to take place.
So for now on, we making Wednesdays Battle of the Sexes.
I think so.
So let's keep it like that.
Because y'all need to learn how to stay in y'all place.
Y'all men need to learn how to stay in place. Y'all men don't need to be testing outside females.
We now tune into the top 10 and 10, brought to you by 10 Wing Commandments, the new book from Derek Gray, available now on Amazon. Top 10 and 10.
And hold on, and check out what's your name book. Sylvie.
Shout out to Sylvie Battle. Sylvie Battle. Yeah, we had her on the show last week. Check out her book, ABCs Are Tasty for Me, something like that. Great Buzzy Morning Show.
learned about a fruit. I was that years old when I learned about that
I was
fruit.
today years old. You
Today
too,
years
gang. You
old.
know we love you.